Hey, what's up, good people? So, we will be starting a new machine learning project. So, what's its purpose? Technically, we're gonna build something that will have some challenges. Like, if I consider like NextGen Retail is a mid-size e-commerce companies that specializes in fashion. Or first of all, it can be anything. All right. So it has a annual revenue and a loyal customer base. So it has seen something a steady growth for over like 5 years. So increasing competition and changing consumer behavior. What we're gonna do, we're gonna leverage AI to enhance customer experience, first of all, increase sales, and third of all, operational efficiency. Since we cannot just do this manually, so our current challenges would be declining the customer engagement, right? And decreasing the repeat and purchase rate. In case you have seen in some applications, if we go to Daraz or other platforms, we may seen the product and liked it, but in such cases, we don't just add to cart. We don't go through the payment gateway and buy it directly. Sometimes we might have problems with our pocket money, or we don't have sufficient balance, or we might even have some recurring issues like we will search for another product. So one of the major challenges would be a high cart abandonment rate. So which is currently at 75%. That means out of 100, 75 are getting abandonment. That means people are deleting it. And the third one is convenient, like inefficient inventory management that leads to stock out and overstock situation. Some product might not get sold, and some are getting sold so fast we don't have enough inventory to provide this to people, right? So they are just in case food problem. If we consider, so some of the people like my aunt or my uncle might order something and he is really bothered to go to the customer service and avail what's wrong with his order. So if we consider from a business perspective, our objective should be like increase the overall sales by 20% within this, not this, next fiscal year, and improve customer retention rate by at least 15%, reduce the cart abandonment by 50%, and optimize inventory turnover by 30%. All right. And you might even think to reduce the marketing spend while increasing or maintaining the current ROI. All right. So this is the challenges and business objective we are currently thinking on. So what we currently have, we need to consider this one. So you might think, all right, so what do you got? Available research resources, like since you have all your invoices, you might have historical sales data, right? And when you browse the or AliExpress or whatsoever website, like even I sometimes browse Bata or Apex. So in such cases, we would have customers browsing and purchase history, products catalog with details attributes. So we will even run some ad in Facebook or other social platforms that might get some engagement. So this is the available resources we are currently using. So what could be our project's requirement, right? So in such cases, you might be asking, all right, so we got a couple of challenges and business objectives that would need to solve such problems that would have a personalized engine that could suggest a product specific to a person. Right now, two persons are in my room who are confined in their home, like Siam and Omoto. So, in such cases, if I am suggesting a product to Siam, Omoto won't get the same suggestion because Siam likes suit boot type products, in such cases, and auto likes something casual. So if you think we are developing a product recommendation engine, the pricing for Omotto and the pricing for Sign would not be the same. So we will try to at least differentiate or provide a dynamic pricing model that could optimize our sales or inventory. The third one talked about later, that is, if my uncle or aunt is browsing the shopping or the uh, mall's website, they might have some common inquiry. Common inquiries like when's my product will be delivered. Since they have ordered it online, they have a casual uh, tendency to I shouldn't have said casual, but like old people have a tendency to say, I order online, either I'm gonna get scam or not. So we are gonna implement a AI chatbot which can talk to them so that they get a proper understanding of when, since you have ordered just right now, we cannot deliver it straight to your home. So you need to wait at least 72 hours. That's the typical timeline to reach a product within your hand. And in such cases, if you are not satisfied with the AI chatbot, in most cases you would be, so that you can get a fine assurance that if you are not satisfied, you get to forward it with the agent, a human agent. All right. Next on, we might be even develop a predictive analytical system that could possibly optimize and manage our inventory. And the most important thing, you must try to regulate this with data privacy, which is recommended by GDPR and CCPA. So you gotta make sure, since you are using your people's cookies or browser errors, you cannot sell those data to Google. That's a joke. But we have some constraints like if this shop is like running on Shopify or any other platforms like Shopper, so this needs to be integrated on in those e-commerce platforms. The project must be completed within 12 months, I guess. So we must speed that up and minimum disruption to the current operation while implementing. And the solution must be scaled to have 5x current traffic. If I am having a customer base of 1 lakh people, so that we will be having to get like next on at least 5 times. All right. So I guess we are done with this. So in such cases, what else we can do? So we have gone our context, like navigating a competitive landscape. Then we have pointed out our key challenges and market dynamics. On such cases, we will be proposing a holistic AI-driven ecosystem that would have personalized engine, dynamic pricing model, then AI customer service chatbot, and predictive inventory and demand forecasting. So this might this alignment, how this AI alignment would uh, align with your business goals, right? So you need to measure these parametrics yourself, like boost your recommendation relevance, so that your target CTR gets 20% increase and conversion rate would get at least 15%. So these business, this single job will impact your business by at least 20% total sales, reduce current abandonment to 75% to 50%. This is important. And in such cases, we had a inventory problem. We would improve the forecasting accuracy so that it at least have an accuracy of 85%. Rather than that, since we're solving a problem, we need to build the whole solution architecture. First of all, core AI components would be recommendation engine that would have collaborative filtering and deep learning, product embedding that would have inputs from browser, purchase data, and catalog attributes, dynamic pricing engine like elasticity models and reinforcement learning that would take input as real-time demand and inventory or even competitor signals. So in such cases, if we are about to integrate the AI chatbot, we could. implement NLP for frequently asked question, order tracking, returns, sizing, and escalation to human agents. All right. So if we move on to the viability of the assessment, what were our strength and what constraints we are mitigating. So we would have robust 3 years of historical details and catalogs and dedicated budget. So that's not all. In such cases, our performance indicator or measuring success, this would be like 20% overall sales and 15% customer retention and inventory turnovers. We would be doing a validation framework to ensure robustness and ethics. In such cases, for technical validation, offline model evaluation like AUC, precision, and K mapping, or more like what we do for software is like A/B testing. That is mostly done. So for recommendation, pricing, and marketing, and we could even adapt a stress testing for high traffic scenario to ensure that our model is running stable. In such cases, you might ask, okay, fine, we are doing everything. So what could be the business validation from your point of view? We are putting a lot of money 2 millions is not a joke. So, what could be your business validation? So, cohort-based performance analysis for long-term impact, detailed impact assessment, or checkout funnels, quantification of inventory and carrying cost reduction, and transparency of input in and input out options for data users. So in such cases, you might be right now saying that, okay, I understand all your points. So what could be our model deployment roadmap? So if we divide it into 4 phases, phase one would be foundation. We need to set up the data incoming. So that specific portion would have a data like setup, event tracking, feature store creation, and baseline recommendation algorithm implementation. If we next move on to phase two, which is about like months 4 to 6, that would have a development of advanced recommendation engine like our MVP chatbot and initial inventory for forecasting model or version number one. So 6 months have passed and we only have 6 months left. In such cases, we will eventually roll the phase three, which is optimization of our model, like dynamic pricing, marketing optimization module, and enhanced chatbot, which would be with version two and with important thing right over here, contextual awareness. Our version one won't have that. In such cases, we are moving on the last phase and final phase, which is integration and scaling with an e-commerce platform and infrastructure auto scaling, final A/B testing, and comprehensive staff training, so that the people on the space who have built the e-commerce based on this have comprehensive staff training to do all this without us. So this is a one-time project we will be doing for the rest of your life, and deployment strategy approach should be like gradual rollout. That doesn't mean we would immediately just roll this and say our project is complete. We will phase this with a small user segment, which is you might know as beta, like 5 to 10%, and blue and green deployment for critical system to ensure zero downtime. So most of the websites now talk about 99.99% uptime. We need to ensure at least to the guidance level of this one, and continuous monitoring, real-time dashboard to ensure we have the performance all the time up and running. In such cases, we might need to change some management like training workshop for marketing, customer service, and operation teams, and clear some SOPs like ongoing model oversight and maintenance, and AI governance like internal committee for strategic design and compliance. So moving on to the in the next episode, you will be seeing how I build the project time to time and you can just add up to this and learn with me. All right, this is over. Have a nice tomorrow. Peace.